What is going on, guys? It's Tammy here, bringing you guys episode 6 of my Middlesbrough career mode. And today we are playing against Nottingham Forest. But, before this, our last episode wasn't very good. I know that we lost a couple of very crucial games, and one of them being the Capital One Cup. And so we are now eliminated, sadly. But hopefully we are able to bounce back and just, achieve our main goal, which is to be promoted into the Barclays Premier League this season. So hopefully we're able to accomplish that. And so we're just gonna get off. We're gonna go straight into the game against Nottingham Forest. And so we're just definitely be hoping for a good win here. Even though last episode we did end off the episode with the win, so it did kind of boost our morale a little bit. But we just gotta keep that keep that winning streak going. And this Nottingham Forest team is not a team to just be ignored. Again, another very good and very talented team, and they're probably going to give us a lot of competition in this game. So because of that, we did start our main starters, and our main starters are very, very good, and so I put out my best lineup so that we could match up with this Nottingham Forest team. As you guys can take a look, we are one of the top scoring teams in the league right now, just above Reading. But so we'll be hoping that we can kind of keep that going for us, and we'll see if Jamie Vardy can do that as well. So we're just gonna get started right here, just straight off kickoff. But right here, Middlesbrough. Well, our team was kind of just trying to defend, but I do not know what we were doing here, and Nottingham Forest ended up getting right into it and just ended up scoring. Even though this was in the second half, because the first half was just really boring and it was just back to back, but in the second half they did kind of dominate the game, and it was just seeing our defending was absolutely atrocious right here. As you guys can see, we just left a huge gap, and it wasn't even there was no problem for Nottingham Forest to finish that right there. It was just a great goal, and nothing Agazi could do either. And so we definitely have to work on our defending, and you can see that Ayala knows that he's made a big mistake here. Jamie Vardy, just starts dribbling in, cuts back here, and we do end up getting a corner, and so it kind of got my hopes up a little bit here in the 85th minute. Downing crosses it in, but then Odoma gets his head to it, but puts it wide. Like, there was no goalie. It was an absolute open goal. All he had to do was just place it into the goal. But unfortunately, Odoma hit it out wide. And so, unfortunately for us, we did ended up losing. But here, we did go on one more attack here, and it just wasn't very good from Jamie Vardy. We were all very exhausted, and there was nothing much that we could do. And so we did drop 3 points against Nottingham Forest. And you guys can take a look here. They did dominate possession, even though they only had one shot on target and they scored off that. Otherwise, we just didn't have that many chances, because they did hold the ball a lot more. And unfortunately for us, they just dominated throughout the whole game. So you guys can see they outnumbered us in tackles. And even though we did have more corners, it's just very hard to capitalize on those. And so and so we ended up losing that game, but we did need to bounce back from that loss, and so we ended up playing Brighton and Hove Albion, and we were just hoping that we could just pull out a victory in this game and get 3 points for our team so that we could just keep it going in the league. And once again, Brighton, another a pretty good team, quite high in the league tables right now. But for this game, I did end up starting Julian Green and Martin Odegaard, and hoping that they would do very well, and also mix Diskerud. And so I've been training Odegaard lately, and along with Julian Green, they've been doing quite well. And so I was hoping that they could just perform out here in the games that I put them in, and so I was definitely looking forward to this game. Even though we did come off, even though we did have a loss in the last game, I was really hoping that we could pull out a victory. Here, they make a very, very big mistake. Julian Green passes it on to Odegaard. Odegaard tries to cut in and then finesse it. Unfortunately for us, they blocked it, but Julian Green was right there to clean it right up. And Julian Green's first goal for Middlesbrough. Here, as you guys can see, was an unselfish pass from Julian Green, and Odegaard should have really finished it, but it was just a good save from the goalkeeper, and that was just a big tangle for the defenders. And so Julian Green was able to put it into the open net quite easily, and we did end up going up 1-0. And Julian Green, as you guys can see right there, very, very excited for his first goal. And here, Ensua loses the ball here to Bong, but luckily Ensua gets the ball back, and so it cuts in, and he gets taken out by Bong. And so we did end up drawing a penalty here, thanks to Ensua. And as you guys can take another look, he's just, I mean, if Bong had come in, just a second earlier, I think he definitely would have gotten the ball. But he was just a little too late right there, and ended up, clipping Ensua, and it drew the penalty for us. And fortunately for them, though, they did only just end up getting a yellow card, and so Jamie Vardy did step up to take the penalty, and he put it top right, and he left the keeper absolutely motionless, and we did end up going up 2-0 in the 62nd minute, and Jamie Vardy just adding to his tally here, just trying to keep it going in the Golden Boot race. And here, Jermaine Jones with the ball gets a through ball into Ensua, and Ensua was absolutely in form this game, cuts inside, unselfishly gives it to Martin Odegaard, and Odegaard is able to finish it and make it 3-0. And I definitely wasn't expecting this kind of game from Brighton Hove Albion, but just seeing our team being able to perform like this against a very, very good team, it was just good to see, and it definitely gave us a lot of confidence, and definitely made the fans happy as well, especially because this was a home game. But here, Enzo is just an absolutely unselfish player here, gives it off to Odegaard. Odegaard, he had a very bad angle there, with his weak foot is still able to put it in. And it's just great, just great to see from such a young talent like Odegaard, only at 16 years of age. And so it was just good to see there. And so here they just kick off, and just straight off kickoff, they didn't do much here, and then once again, Ensua tries to get in the last minute, but unfortunately for us, the referee did blow the whistle, and so we did end up just winning the game 3-0. As you guys can see, we had quite even possession, even though they had just a bit more. But as you guys can see, we definitely dominated with 7 shots and 7 on target, and while they only had 4 shots and only 1 on target. And as you guys can see, we definitely dominated in the tackles, and even though we had a bit more fouls, otherwise, other than that, we had a tremendous game. As you guys can take a look, our shot accuracy and our pass accuracy was quite good compared to Brighton and Hove Albion's. And I definitely was expecting a lot more from Brighton and Hove Albion, but just seeing that, it kind of, it was very unexpected. But here against Huddersfield, we did end up just simming this because they were at the bottom of the table, and so that I didn't really see a point in really playing them. And so here once again, we were just hoping to come out with the 3 points, even though it was an away game. I was a little scared, but as always, Downing and Jamie Vardy, very, very reliable players, 2 veteran players that are very, very talented and very skilled, and so they did win us the game at 2-0, and it was just good to see that. And unfortunately for them, they did end up getting a red card. But here against Sheffield's Wednesday, again, also another very, very competitive team, a team that is in the top, near the top of the table. And so I was definitely expecting a very, very good game against Sheffield's Wednesday. And and as you guys can take a look at our lineup, Ensua, who had such a good game last game, I did end up starting him over Adoma, and so I was hoping that he could pull out and have a great performance once again. And here, Sheffield's Wednesday, with a couple good players, Felipe Melo in the midfield, definitely kind of scared me, and Matias and Santos on the outside, also very, very good and talented players that we had to watch out for. And so, I was quite excited for this game, and so I was just hoping that we could keep the winning streak going here. And as Downing gets it kicked off, and here, Sheffield Wednesday with the ball, kind of loses it here, and Jamie Vardy plays it unselfishly to Downing, and Downing finishes it with his weak foot and goes into the far post and goes in. And, it's just an absolute beauty of a goal. It's just across the goal. Even with this weak foot, he's able to finish. And so once again, with just, just performing just amazingly and downing here with just a great finish with his right foot. And, just no chance for the keeper. Just couldn't react fast enough. And it was good to see us go up so early. And yeah, just definitely the keeper was disappointed. But here, almost right after that goal, here, Zuccolini sees Jamie Vardy, plays him through, and Jamie Vardy was just through on goal, and he just put it into the goal. And it definitely wasn't the prettiest of finishes. Jamie Vardy's gone a little bit down in form, to be honest with you. As many goals as he's been scoring, he just hasn't been scoring, the best looking goals, I guess. But they still go in nonetheless, and this goal did end up giving us the 2-goal lead in the 10th minute. And as you guys can take another look here, the goalkeeper almost gets to it, but fortunately for us, it still rolls in, and he did get it with like the heel of his foot. But it just wasn't enough to just make the ball change directions, and it did roll into the goal. And it was just good to see us go up 2-0. And here Ensua, once again, I'm telling you, Ensua pulls all the strings, passes the ball to Downing, and right here Westwood makes a big mistake, and Jamie Vardy is able to put it in. And I definitely wasn't expecting that. I know that sometimes goalkeepers do make mistakes, but it's quite hard. And but because Jamie Vardy is so pacey and so quick, I was able to follow up with the ball and able to block the shot. And I just don't know what Westwood was thinking right there, especially with his first touch. His first touch was absolutely horrendous, and that's what led to everything. But Ensua once again just pulls all the strings here. But here Westwood takes the shot. And Vardy kind of scored it in a cool way. He kind of blocks it and then croises it into the goal there with his left foot. And as you guys take another look, he kind of blocks it with his left foot and then croises it in with his left. And it was kind of cool, something I didn't expect. But other than that, it was just good to see. Here, Williams passes it to Traore off a free kick, and then Traore finds Damia. What I realized about Damia is he has great ball control. And even for a left back, and he was just able to put it into the goal. I said, why not just have a shot here? Here, as he cuts back, keeps the ball real close to him, beats one man, and then he's able to open up for a shot and just places it into the far post side netting. And it was just good to see that even our defenders can finish. And I'm using Traore and Ensua, two outside defenders, as outside mids right now. So it's just good to see that our team is very, very versatile and that I can use them at any point. But here, Zuccolini and Jamie Vardy, and they just have a nice little link up here. Jamie Vardy cuts inside, gets around all of them, and is just able to place it in to the bottom right corner. And once again, not the prettiest of finishes. I kind of wish that he would have just put it in with his left foot, but he did, just prefer to put it on his right foot and place it. But, it almost got blocked. It kind of scared me there because I did want Jamie Vardy to get his hat trick. And even though it was a little risky, he was still able to pull it out and get his hat trick for the day. And it was just good to see. It wasn't the best of finishes, as always, but it was just good to see that from Jamie Vardy, just being able to score a goal. And here in the 90th minute, we tried to score one more goal, but unfortunately the referee did end up blowing the whistle, and so we did end up winning 5-0, a great result, and a result that I definitely wasn't expecting. But other than that, I'm very, very happy with our performance, and just seeing us win in such a dominant performance, it was just good to see. And especially bouncing back from that Capital One Cup loss and the loss from our first game in this episode. But here, as you guys can see, Jamie Vardy does end up getting the game ball as he shows it off to the crowd, even though we aren't at home. Oh, actually, we were at home, and so the fans did very much enjoy it, and I definitely felt bad for those players. But other than that, we did just check we did end up checking the league tables right there. As you can see, we are at top of the table right now, and at the bottom is Huddersfield, Blackburn Rovers, and Rotherham United. And and I see that Leeds and Bolton are down there as well, and so just seeing that, it just kind of surprised me. But other than that, Reading is still 7 points away from us, and they're the closest. So it does give us a lot of cushion. And here, as you guys take a look, Jamie Vardy has 16 goals on the season, 7 away from the next closest person. And as you guys can take a look just through, I was thinking that Peter Crouch would have a lot more goals, but apparently he only has 3 right now, and of course one of them is against us. But other than that, I think that we had a very good overall episode and a good couple of games. It was just good to see our team bounce back from all those losses, and yeah, it was just good performance from everyone. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode, and if you did, please drop a like, and please subscribe for more content like this. And other than that, just thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.